Thursday, 3:30 in the afternoon, going to the dentist again very shortly. They looked inside and said, "Oh, you have a very expensive mouth." And that was the truth. When I look back over my years, even when we were growing up on the farm, my mom was very, very conscious of making sure our teeth were looked after. So, dentist has been something we've paid for heavily all our lives, and vanity keeps me doing it. So I'm getting a crown over top, one that's a little bit on the iffy side. It had a huge filling fall away, or a piece of the tooth fall away a couple of weeks ago. So I have it patched up and a crown going on. Well, we make our choices. And I was at Toastmasters today and was reminded about evaluations. And I was the funny one today, humorist. I thought evaluations are pretty funny. Well, evaluations in the work world, in our everyday world, would be at work. Every year you'd have your annual review. How did your job go? Sometimes companies are doing them every 6 months or a quarterly now to see how the employee is feeling about their work, or looking at their production, looking at their performance, and getting more of a sense. And that makes more sense. If you're really smart, the 1-Minute Manager, there's a book called that, 1-Minute Manager, Blanchard, I think, is the author. But the 1-Minute Manager is the same as we are with our pets or our children or anybody else. Praise minute by minute by minute. When you see something being done well, praise them. When somebody does something, thank them. When we can see that we could do something for someone, do it. So it's that moment by moment way of being that actually makes more sense. And that got me thinking, well, criticism is really tough to take some days. But if it's critique, now it's much more useful. Critique is an on-purpose look at, what am I observing? How does it make me feel? What might be some suggestions? Evaluations require really good listening skills and a strong heart to be able to deliver the evaluation that's going to be useful. That made me think about first time I was ever evaluated. Popped out of mommy's belly and smack. The doctor gave me a smack on the bum and said, "Breathe." And I breathed. Then as a little baby, I was looking around and they were saying, "Coochie, coochie, coo, aren't you so cute?" And I saw these happy faces and it felt good being teased and tickled. And I knew that was good. And then they said, "Oh, no, you stink. You got a dirty diaper. Why did you do that?" And I knew, they weren't so happy. That didn't feel really good. And then in school, of course, we had our report cards to make people feel good, or ourselves feel good, or if we saw that fail mark. Those are all evaluations in life. The workplace. Do you go to work and just do it for the joy of it? Well, some of us do. But if you were going for a paycheck, your paycheck was the good news. And you didn't get a lot of pats on the back. You got your paycheck. And when it wasn't such good news, you got a pink slip. The first one was a warning. The second one was, watch out. And the third one was, we don't need your services anymore. Then I was telling them about me being on commission in the life insurance world. I could sell the life insurance. And life insurance does need to be sold. It's not very often that somebody phones up and says, "I need life insurance. Please rush over and get me some life insurance." Very rare. It does tend to have to be offered and sold, if you will. And that means I'd have to talk to a lot of people before I found the ones that wanted to buy life insurance and then get them set up with it. And then I would get a nice commission check. Yes. So I collected my commissions, my pays, every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. Remember, it's 2 weeks. But then somebody might turn around and change their mind, or they say, Oh, I just got laid off. I can't even set this up and get started. Change their mind within that first year, and they want all the commission back. Well, that has been long since spent getting my roof over my head and my food in my belly, car on the road. I never forget. Nice commission. And 2 weeks later, they said, "Oh, just a minute. You don't get any pay. And in fact, you owe us $750." Oh, man. What? Somebody else has changed their mind. It didn't happen very often for me because I didn't want people buying life insurance or investing in it without really meaning to do it, because nobody wins with that. Everybody loses. But I never forget this one time. It's 2 weeks. I had nice pay. The next 2 weeks, you owe us 750. So no pay, and I had to pay them back. So that meant 2 weeks later from that, that was the first money coming in for the whole month. Talk about evaluation. Anyhow, I'm joking around on the one hand and recognizing I have done paychecks of every variety over this few decades that I've been on this earth. And evaluations are a critical part of living on this earth, really. If we don't have evaluation, we don't improve. If we don't have evaluation, we don't get to fail. And if we don't get to fail, how can we move to success? So failing is just a reminder, oh, I didn't do something the right way there. Let's fix that and move forward. I just really want to invite you to take a little bit of a look over the evaluations and criticisms and critiques you have given others, even if it was only in your mind. The judgments or the discernments, the pat on the back, or let me help you make it better. That's what we're looking for in evaluation. And I just invite you to consider how important it is, how we say something, what we say, the tone of our voice, the demeanor that we have. And I invite you to have a wonderful evening. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. Enjoy. You can do it. You know it. You can do it. Yes, I can help.